Good afternoon. You're watching LNA Now with Barry and Jenny. I'm Jenny Nagel.
I'm Barry Eckner, and welcome to 2026, y'all. This is our first webinar for 2026, and with a major exciting news piece, this will be one of the first webinars that are going to be available on the lipglossandaftershave.com website. We will be allowing all of the web visitors to have access to our entire digital library of webinars beginning February 1st, 2026. So you no longer have to download the app or log into the app. You just navigate to lipglossandaftershave.com, click on education, and they'll be all available for you to view. So congratulations to Chris Campbell from Hale and Hush for being our first webinar of 2026. Um, and this webinar is very, very, very highly anticipated. Jenny, do you want to tell them why?
There might be a product being announced that you guys have seen all over social media for the past few weeks.
I have not seen the internet buzz as much about the name of this product. In fact, one of the Instagram posts that we did about the product, I put a little comment in there and says, "Hey, you guys, I know what the product is. Just message me." I think there was like 25 replies. And I was like, dang, these people are serious. No joke, no joke.
Hey, well, you guys,
Um,
you guys have known because you guys got a really sneak peek at Christmas time.
Let me tell you too, and I am obsessed with this product. I slather it everywhere. I'm loving it. But before we get started, we want to do a little bit of a like sort of understanding of what the webinar is about today. First, we have Chris Campbell from Hale and Hush, and then we have Vince. He's like Cher, just needs that one name. And Vince is working with Chris on formulation. Hi, Chris. Hi, Vince. How are you guys today?
Hey,
Hi, how are
how
you?
is everybody?
Now, before we get started, we know that we're here to talk about the formulation of this product, and we're here to talk about the genius that Vince brought to the table to create such an incredible product for Hale and Hush. But before we get into the nuts and bolts and the science of formulation, we want to take a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. So, Jenny, I'm going to ask Chris, you get to ask Vince. We want to get three little tidbits. Jenny, what tidbits would you like to know about Vince? Three questions.
My favorite thing to ask is, Vince, when you are traveling, what is your favorite thing to experience on a new menu?
A new menu. I always actually ask for like what the special of the day because normally
No,
the
no.
executive.
Are you looking at food or are you looking at spa treatments?
Oh, I think
Food
it's food.
always.
Oh,
Food,
food.
food
Yeah,
only,
yeah, yeah,
food.
yeah. Yeah, I always ask the executive chef what the special is of the day because normally that there a lot goes into that rather than just the menu. So I always ask for that first, especially if it's more like a Michelin star type of restaurant. I always want to know what the special of the day is, and I always try and do that if I can. That's always my first choice.
Okay. Do you want me to ask all three questions, Bear?
Yes, girl, get it out there.
My
Yeah.
second question is, what is your favorite city in the whole wide world?
My favorite city in a whole lot, you guys are going to be a little bit shocked, but it's actually Savannah, Georgia. And I'll tell you the reason
Not
why.
shocked.
I am a big historian, and I just love the South in general. But for some reason about that city, when I've been there multiple times, it makes you kind of want to like whisper. It's just very all the Sherman, as you know, during the Civil War did not get that far and didn't burn Savannah, so everything is still original. The plantations, the beautiful, just the weather itself, I love it. The people I love. So it's a bizarre. I've been lucky enough to travel the whole world, Paris, Milan, all these places, but I love Savannah, Georgia. That's probably where I want to retire, actually.
Very good night in the garden, midnight in the garden of good and evil.
That's right. That's right.
And my last question, Vince, this is pretty personal. I don't even know if Chris will be able to answer similarly. What historical landmark did you grow up near?
Well, the Liberty Bell. I was born in Philadelphia, but I grew up in the Jersey Shore in South Jersey. But Liberty Bell is probably the closest. And then of course we have Washington only an hour and a half away, so all the Washington monuments as well too. But Liberty Bell is within my backyard.
Vince, you're forgetting Lucy the elephant.
That's where you're leading me. Of course, that's the real landmark, Lucy and Margate. Of course, of
That's
course.
the clear winner here.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I should
I
have
got
known
to
that
know Vince
answer.
a little bit before we went live with this, you guys, and he grew up literally 20 minutes from where I live. So it was cool to connect because we're both in very small beach towns that are somewhat unknown, in my opinion.
Right.
But it was very cool to connect on this gigantic, massive elephant that
Yeah.
Margate, New Jersey is known for. So
Yeah, we literally straddle Atlantic City, New Jersey. I always got to say Atlantic City, and I say about 10 minutes south of Atlantic City. Got to know that people know where I'm at.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wait, is
So
he near you? And are you guys? Do you guys live near each other?
We were neighbors. I'm Ocean City, and she's Margate, like only two beach towns over. Yeah.
But he's in
Shut
California
up.
now. He's in San Juan
Ah, okay,
Oh
Capistrano.
yeah,
not now.
Not
yeah.
now.
okay. All right. All right.
Originally.
So it's my turn. Chris,
Yes.
I know so much about you. So coming up with a question that I don't know the answer to is kind of like hard for me. So I don't know your favorite city in the US.
Chicago.
Okay, why Chicago? Beside, you can't say Lollapalooza.
Well, she's
No,
not going to say the
no, I
bird. That's for
grew
sure.
no, I grew up north of Chicago. I'm still a Chicago sports fan, and what I really love about Chicago, besides music and all the other things, is I love the museums there.
Okay.
I mean, I still take my kids back there to the Science and Industry Museum. It's still interesting. There's the aquarium, the Shed Aquarium, the zoos. I miss all that. And I also miss the weather. I miss four seasons living in Arizona. I know
Yeah,
Melissa tells me I'm nuts because she's got snow right now. And she's like, I go, oh, that would be great. And she's like, you don't want to be in this cold, but I do miss the four seasons. But I love Chicago. I love the people.
the only Four Seasons I miss is the one in Paris. Um, I'm in Florida for those of you who don't know. Okay, so now I would also love to know your favorite place in the world that you've ever been.
My favorite place in the world I've ever been is Hong Kong.
Shut up. Jenny, I want to go to Hong Kong so bad. Vince, have you been?
I have, and not only is it beautiful, it's like it's crazy, crazy clean. The people are amazing, the food is amazing, and I just saw. I'll tell you guys really fast. I just saw a TikTok thing a couple of days ago, coincidentally, of a guy that actually went to the five supposedly top cleanest cities in the world, which was Singapore, Tokyo, Hong Kong, all the Asian cities, and he actually bought a pair of white socks and walked 1 mile each one of the five cities to show the bottom of his socks. And to Singapore. There was no dirt in the bottom of the socks. Like after 1 mile walk, in Tokyo was the second, Hong Kong was the third. But just the cities are so clean, and the people are so lovely, and the food, the shop, everything is great. But it's the cleanliness is what I love about it.
Amazing. I love the White Sox. That's an amazing
Isn't that
story.
funny?
I can't walk from one end of my living room to the other on the tile in
Yeah,
Florida here without getting my socks
no,
dirty.
for sure.
Okay, Chris. Now, I've been out to dinner with you multiple times. One of the things that I don't know is what's your favorite cuisine? Like bar none, hands down, every time you're in a city, you have to try it.
I know most of my team could answer this, but nachos.
Nachos. So like Mexican? Mexican.
But
Okay.
Well,
nachos, like if I could
you
go
can see the
even
difference.
to
You can
a
see,
local pub and they serve a
yeah,
beer so I could get my Bud Light on ice and I
you,
get my nachos. I'm a
that'll
nacho.
tell
I
you.
love nachos.
That'll tell you the difference between me and Chris right away. She said nachos. I was gonna say coco van. So we are a
I
little bit
live. I
so
live. I
we're
live.
same yet
this is a
different.
dynamic duo. That's what
Yeah,
we
yeah,
love and live for is just opposite ends of the spectrum that can
yeah,
just make magic.
Yep.
yeah,
Vince, every time we do the Las Vegas show, there's a casino there called the Westgate,
yeah.
and they have their off-track betting room has like nachos, beer, pizza, and like every single year we have our Hail and Hush night. And it's sitting at a high top in the OTB with nachos. I get a taco salad, but Chris is sitting there with nachos and a
Yeah.
Bud Light on
Yeah.
ice. All right, now before we get started, Jenny, do you want to do roll call after the housekeeping or before the housekeeping?
Let's do roll call because they are just rolling in this chat, you
They're
guys. I
killing it.
love the engagement. Chris Campbell, you have created such a community. I love it. We love to see where you guys are because you're already chatting about the weather, how cold it is where you are. Let's see a little competition happening. Tell us where you're coming in from. We've got Pennsylvania, we've got snow, we've got 15 degrees somewhere, and I can't remember.
Texas, Los Angeles, PA, Tempe, Arizona, North Carolina, Sacramento, Nebraska. I can't, there's too fast. They're
Yep,
killing
they
it.
are.
No,
They're too fast.
Buffalo. Oh, she's cold. All right, we've got
Louise is
Michigan.
coming from the UK. Love it.
There's 109 people on. I think we might be like killing it here. All right. So we know I'm from Fort Lauderdale. Vince, you are in
I'm in Laguna Beach, California.
Jen,
Margate City, New Jersey.
Chris Campbell.
Phoenix, Arizona.
All right, Jen, do you want to put on the French maid's outfit and get a feather duster and do the housekeeping, or would you like me to?
You need to do it. I think you look best.
All right. So, one of the things that we want to talk about is the chat. The chat is for fun, only for fun. There is no business in the chat. So chat is for, oh, Vince, that was a funny comment. That was hysterical. Kris, I love your hair. Jenni, love the new haircut. I think you should have gotten a bob. And Barry, are those new glasses? Why, in fact, they are. So that's where you have fun. Now, the Q&A is where you get to ask questions. Q&A is if Vince is explaining something and it goes over your head, Q&A. If Kris is talking about something and you have a question about something that she's saying, Q&A. Because what we'll be able to do at the end of this webinar is we can download the Q&A, and then Vince and Kris will get a copy of that. They'll have your name, your email address, and your question, and then they can get back to you. Does everybody understand that? I want to see a yes in the chat. Yes, 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 yes,
Okay,
yes,
they
yes, yes. All
understand
right.
loud
We're
and
good. We're
clear.
good. We're good. All right. So we are about to get started. Now, the one thing that we have been teasing you with is the name of the new Hale and Hush product. And not to make the anticipation stretched out, but that will come if you pay attention and just sit back and relax and let Kris and Vince take over. So I believe Vince is going to run the show with his slide deck. So, Vince, if you would like to share your screen.
Sure.
Once it gets up and running, we will turn this over to you and Kris and then come back in and let everybody know how much we
And
love
if
the
Chris
One,
want to
hey
product.
put,
Vince, Vince,
yeah,
before you start, let me tell people this because I don't know if
yeah,
everybody's watched our webinar on YouTube. So Vince doesn't work exclusively for Hale and Hush. I wish he would all the time, and I know we keep trying to make that happen. But he has started doing a lot of our new formulations. So I just wanted to say which ones I want to give a shout out to Vince and what he has done. The Berry Boost, the Charcoal, the Clarify, the Remedy Rehab Oil, the Fresh Breeze, the new Mandelic Serum, and he's going to announce the next one. So you can see what he's created for us. I just wanted everybody to know. Thank you, Vince, for all the cool stuff that you're bringing. And he has a lot more coming down the line that we have in the works too, that Vince and I have up our sleeves. So go ahead, Vince, share the PowerPoint. We'll let them all see what that new product is.
well, not only am I going to announce it, but and I told this to Chris before, and in my humble opinion, I think this is going to become and is the Rolls Royce on the Hale and Hush line. This is so prestigious and so efficacious and does so many things. You guys are gonna be so excited about this one. And I think this is going to be the creme de la creme of the Hale and Hush line. Like I said, I made a lot of other stuff too, but I'm so proud of this one. Chris loves it, we love it. And here it comes, my
It's
ladies and gentlemen.
amazing.
Let me
It's
share my
truly amazing.
let me see here. I'm gonna share my screen. You guys see my little stuff here for a minute, so just ignore that part, and I'll just get here to the PowerPoint, which is right here. Okay, it's got to open it up. I have so many windows that are open. All right, sorry. And then here we go. All right.
Yes.
HydroMelon cream, everybody. That is our new cream that we are launching. It's the bomb. It's become my new favorite of the line. Usually it used to be Hush Hydrate, but I am going this way now. I have a lot of different clients that have been testing it for me as well as my team. Go ahead, Vince, hit that next slide. We're going to give you a description of the cream, and then Vince is going to go into why he created the cool ingredients that are going into it. So this is a face, neck, and décolleté cream. So we wanted to, Vince tried to talk me into this
Right.
décolleté cream. He goes, you need a neck and décolleté cream. I go, I don't want it to just do that. We want it for all over. So this is a great luxurious cream. It feels luxurious, but it does have, and I don't think Vince has on his sheet, but the shea butter in it is refined. So when you look at that, that makes it more acne safe and non-comedogenic. So I'm going to throw that out there with it. But yeah, this is going to help with your skin structure. It's going to help rebuild everything. It's going to nourish. It's going to help with fine lines and wrinkles. So something you can use all the way from here all the way to the top. I used to use like the Hush Hydrate and stuff on my face and then had to use the saffron cream for my neck and décolleté. Now I got that one full piece to do all three. Go ahead and hit the next screen, Vince.
Yep.
And Kris, while you guys are doing that, I want to jump in. I am obsessed. First of all, This is so rich and so decadent. And the scent of the product, which is not an added fragrance, it's a live scent, is phenomenal. But it is so rich that it like keeps its shape. It's so viscous, it keeps its shape when you pump it out. But it also just it sinks right into
It
your
melts. It
skin.
melts.
And
It melts in. It's
ah,
incredible.
and I put it from like I literally put it from my neck to my neck, head, face, neck, ear, everything. Like I put it all over. It is wonderful. So I just wanted to give you guys that shout out. It is the most delicious cream. I love it.
Well, and you mentioned scent in it. So there is no added scent, there is no added fragrance. What is in it is the basil and the watermelon, or we'll talk about the watermelon in a second. That's actually giving it, that is the fragrance of those ingredients. It's not anything added or parfum or anything like that. Because I'm like, Vince, what did you put in here? 'Cause some things we sometimes we use things as a natural fragrance, but he's like, no, you don't even need to list as a fragrance because those are the ingredients that are making this. But
It's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
these
I
are all
want
the
to.
benefits on it. And what I'm going to have Vince do now is he's going to go through a lot of the key ingredients for you guys. He's going to pull up glossies. I don't usually do that because I can't talk like he can being a scientist and a chemist. So he's going to pull up the glossies on the different ingredients and show you those things. This is actually what he gets, and I get to see that he sends me from the ingredient manufacturer. And a lot of people don't do that, or they actually copy out of the things and throw it into their data sheets and probably can't talk the talk or walk the walk. So I'm going to let Vince talk to you about the really cool ingredients in this product. It is going to be live starting tomorrow, just you guys know, but stay till the end of the webinar because I have a special for all of you guys with this too. So let's turn it over to Vince. And Vince, if you want to go through the glossies and stuff on the different ingredients you chose.
Yeah, and just for a real start, before I even do that, guys, just at a very high level, one of the reasons why I'm very excited about this product, as like Chris mentioned, everything you really have in the Hale and Hush line is for multiple conditions, but also for certain areas, of the body. This is the only SKU that we have now that is face, neck, and décolleté. So really, like Chris said, all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom, even the base of the breast. So when you're given that facial, you really can be going all the way down to the top line of the breast line, into the neck, into the face, into the décolleté, of course, all the way up on the skin. It has a tremendous amount of movability and spreadability, and also melts into the skin like we were chatting about as well too. And that's why when we unpack these glossies right now and the ingredients, it's very, very loaded because we're really treating face, neck, décolleté all at once. And also it's very, very unusual to have data, breast data, for tightening and firming the breast area, which we have this as well too, and crepiness on the neck. So these unusual attributes you're going to be able to talk about with your customers rather than just basic topical stuff. I'm going to go a little bit in a different order than what I had for than Chris sent me over, and I'll show you why. So first of all we have three Arctic berries. One is cloudberry, which is this a cloudberry seed oil. I'm going to show them to you at a glance here first, and I'll tell you why I'm showing them to you at a glance. So cloudberry seed oil, um, lindenberry seed oil, which is this berry here, and also rondenberry seed oil. And the reason why I'm showing you these three together, these are actually a collection of Arctic berries that we get out of the region of Finland, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, that area there. And the reason why these are so special is that just from your own experience, being estheticians, that these berries have tremendous amount of antioxidant properties. But these three are very, very special because they're trapped under the ice 8 months out of the year. So they only harvest them between June and September every single year. So the other 8 months-ish, they're trapped under ice. And all the data that we have off these three berries is that the antioxidants are quadruple that of regular berries that are just grown, out in nature, just without the ice encapsulation. So these are very, very cool to talk about at a high level to your customers because it's really a triple antioxidant berry that are trapped under the ice. I'm just trying to give you some keywords here that you can use 8 months out of the year and only harvested between June and September, which keeps that antioxidant level way, way, way stronger and way more efficacious than most other berries that are on the market. And then, like Chris was saying, the real driver of this whole entire product is the macaque melon oil, which is Kamali melon seed oil, which comes out of Africa. We have that oil in collaboration with watermelon seed oil as well too. So both these oils are loaded again with antioxidants. The melon is really the main driver of this whole entire SKU. So again, really rich antioxidants, crazy anti-inflammatory benefits, great for sensitive skin, obviously with the Hamlin Hush is, right? So amazing for sensitive skin, but also this watermelon and this melon here is driving the scent, like Kris said, with the basil we have in here as well too, is basil extract. So there's no fragrance, no essential oil blends, no natural fragrance, etc. It's literally just the raw material itself, which is this melon that's driving this really pretty subtle scent that we have going on in this product. So both these melons, again, are other ones are other your two drivers you want to talk about with this. And you'll see here, like I mentioned to you, I'm going to start with, we'll go from the bottom up.
Hey,
We'll
Vince,
start with, yeah,
hey, Vince, can I interrupt? So
yeah,
one
please.
thing you guys see with that melon oil, we also have that in our remedy rehab oil.
Hmm.
So similar with like all those Arctic berries are in our berry boost, our charcoals, for like we're trying to, carry these great benefits into some other things. But yeah, that melon seed oil, it's starting to become popular. You'll probably be seeing a lot more watermelon and melon oil out there. But
Yeah.
that's why we created it into this product because it's such a cool ingredient.
Yeah, and the other thing we should talk about too, Kris, this actually is now vegan. This product is vegan as well.
Yep.
So zero additives for any kind of animal dried anything. Again, fragrance free, paraben free, no glycols, no PEGs, no DEA, no TEA, no MEA. So really, probably the cleanest and greenest sustainable product that Hale and Hush has now in the collection, and it's a pretty long long ingredient deck because really we have it loaded with so many things. But keep that vegan part in mind too for your tree hugger clients, which we know we have a
Yeah,
lot of those.
everything new there, everything Vince is creating new, everything is going to be vegan. So
Yeah,
that's on his requirement list as we keep going forward and creating new things.
yeah. So I'm gonna kind of start from the we'll start from the breast up, and this raw material actually is called Marabus. It was actually for this reason. So again, it's very unusual. If you can kind of see the grid on her neck and on her top of her décolleté here, this is what this material is actually treating. And you see this is the glossy for it, and what this actually is. So attained from traceable secure chain of product of jojoba seed oil. It's firming active ingredient dedicated to the neck and the décolleté, especially targets the modifications and the dermis and the dermal structure. So this really is actually creating cell turnover in the neck and décolleté, and that skin is much more dense and heavier than the face, right? So that's why it's so special that we have this one material to actually target that whole massage area that you guys have been doing your whole career. But again, all these products work lovely with that. But now that you have material actually really targeting the neck and décolleté, I would even increase your massaging by 3, 4, or 5 minutes longer to try and really get that into the ladies and the men's skin as well. And Kris, have you tried it? You do it all over as well too, obviously, right? When
Yep.
you do it, yeah.
Oh yeah. Nope, I love it. That's why I said I used to use two different products of mine. Like
Mhm.
use one for the neck and one for the face. And like saffron was just too heavy for me, and I would think that this would be too heavy for me, but it's not. It
Yeah,
melts right in, and for me for having like more combo type skin, it's incredible. So that's why I like
yeah,
using just one product.
yeah. And I'm going to open this next one here. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Okay. And so I'm going to show you a little matrix here on this one. And the reason why I want to show you this one is, you know, I started my career over 30, I've been formulating for just about over 30 years now. And when I started my career, this was 1995. Pretty much the product that we developed was, you had to have like results in 6 to 8 weeks. And then like in the early 2000s, it was like, 8 to 10 days. And then in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, it was like 2 to 4 days. And now we're at the point where everything has to have instant gratification to it. So really, like people want to see and feel results within 10, 15, 20 seconds. And this product here called Intensil is exactly what it does. And I have a little animation here for you, and hence the word Intensil. It is, I'm gonna see if I can play this for you. Is that the one? Oh, wait, no, it's down here. Sorry, guys. Let me put this here. Intensil. Here it is. So this is how this one works here. So this actually it tightens and firms the skin on contact. So they're gonna feel that firmness on the face, the body, and the neck right there on contact. So it helps recreate the cell structure turnover. So you see these orange beads here are what's strengthening the actual cell. And see the molecular, so it's actually altering the molecular structure on the epidermal levels. Doesn't get though below the dermis, obviously. It's not doesn't go into the bloodstream, but all topical. So meaning that your client is going to see and feel those results right there on contact. So when they leave your room, you're going to see that glow especially on the neck. They're going to feel the firmness. They're going to see crepiness kind of diminish. You see how the product actually filled in the lines, right? So it's actually it's building the divots and the dent in the décolleté and the neck area and top of the breast area, and they're going to give a much more smoother appearance. So this is what's very, very cool about this. You're going to be able to see the results right there in the room. You're going to walk out of the room seeing it and feeling it, and also seeing the glow to it as well. So I like to show this one kind of just shows how it's actually really, really working. And again, I'm addicted to it myself. I don't care if it's guy, men, women, men, does not really matter. We all have the same crepiness. And one thing I like to tell, customers about taking care of the top of their hand and their décolleté, that as we drive automobiles our whole life, specifically women, because women normally will wear more open, open collar stuff, where it's neck, plunge line, right? So that driving the car with your hands on the steering wheel, and you're also having the sun exposed through the dashboard on your chest as well too. So a lot of women will show their hands on the top of the hands, show their age, excuse me, on the top of the hands and their décolleté first. So again, this is product is for face. Don't get me wrong, but don't be afraid to talk very, very heavily about the décolleté and the breast area as well too, because it's just a really nice extra benefit, for this product for this.
Hey Vince, before you go on to the next ingredient, I wanted to throw somebody wrote in the chat. I mean, this might be a great cream for those people that are GLP-1 users.
Yes,
I
yes,
think because that we're running into more of that in the treatment room.
yeah,
And
for sure. Yeah,
I think this would be a really great product for them because they're losing that and their skin's changing. And I think we're going to see a lot more people coming in with that issue. And
yeah,
it's really good to, I think all of us should be studying a little bit what that looks like on somebody's skin because they may not tell you that, they may be at a great weight now, but they may not want to tell you that they did that. And
yeah.
it's good to know what their history is because this is something that I think could really help with those GLP-1 users.
Yeah, because this has got a tremendous amount of cell turnover for all areas, face, neck, and décolleté. And also, when you get the guys in the room, this is really, really amazing for the men as well too, because what we do as men, we shave every couple of days, maybe or once a week, how depending on how much they're shaving, and we cause micro tears in the skin by shaving. So men need more cell turnover even than the women do. So women their cell turnover happens about every 25 days ish, the restructure of the epidermal structure. And men, we redo about every 10 days. So when you get the men in the room, this would be amazing one-stop shop for them for the face after, pre and post shaving. After shaving, it helps with it's also going to help with any kind of scarring marks from the actual shaving itself and circulation in general, but also the cell turnover to restructure the skin. So really, so I just wanted your men too when they get into the room.
Hey Vince, not everybody's watched our other video together. Can you tell everybody, because you created these and this would go right along with that whole men and the shaving. Can you
Yeah,
tell everybody how you use the berry boost and the
yeah.
charcoal with your shaving thing? Because I think this is really cool. If you guys are doing men's facials, working in barbering shops, all these type of things, Vince has got some tips using that charcoal and the berry boost.
Yeah, this sometimes you get like we call it a one-off accident from a product that we develop, and this happens to be one of them. I was telling Chris from day one on the charcoal mask and the berry boost mask, I am addicted to shaving with them. The chassis of the formulation it leans in the direction a little bit of a shaving cream direction, even though it's not a shaving cream by any means. But what I actually do is that all men that at least they use a straight razor, we always got to shave down first, and then we shave up to get it really smooth, right? So I personally use the berry boost. I put it on my whole entire face, and I shave this part, my face obviously, then I leave the stuff on my forehead, then I wash it off. Then I use the charcoal one, and I shave upwards with the charcoal one because the charcoal one is phenomenal for acne skin, sensitive skin in general, hyperpigmentation. It helps keep the bacteria level low. So I'm using it for shaving in both directions, especially the charcoal ones. Again, even with the ladies, if we're shaving the legs, bikini area, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. Just as a secondary shaving product, just by default. We didn't plan it that way. It just happened that way. And I have a whole bunch of guys in my life that are all shaving with it now. And again, they're wearing it as a mask during the whole shaving process, putting it on 15, 20 minutes, leaving it there. But in the meantime, they're shaving in both directions, berry boost on the way down and then charcoal on the way up. And
So
again,
is Vince, is that why when we make batches at the lab here in Arizona that there's usually
it all goes missing. It
some
all goes missing.
missing?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm thinking some things are going to your friends now because I
yeah.
don't know if all your friends are licensed professionals. I think you're pulling a little off to the side.
There. there's definitely some shoplifting going on for sure in the manufacturing plant. Now that all the guys are been know about that part, because we have mostly men that are working on the floor. They're grabbing that for sure in some bulk. Yeah, got it. All right, so let's go into the next one here. So then we have this was a fun one too, which is called a Quaxel. It's a fun name. I'm show this here to you guys. So this is the inky lesson. These are all sugar derivatives actually that improve the the actual skin texture itself. You see here kind of this before and after placebo and what a Quaxel does. So it gives a much more balanced and sheen to the skin. So it actually really filled in those fine lines, wrinkles, and feathering, the tightening and firming. You're gonna get that again. This also is an instant gratification product, and these are just three sugars that is derived from that show you these really great benefits right there on contact. And you'll see here if we go down here to the here we go. So day 0, day 14, day 21, day 24, and day 28. So you'll see here that of course it's got instant gratification to it, but this one of the ones that have a long-term benefit as well too. So that's what's kind of fun about products and just, all of us are here in sales, right? Everyone on this call, we got to sell product, right? That I love if you stop using it, like you revert, you go back to crap again. So I love that you that you don't want your skin to revert. So we always want to have the long-term benefit products in there as well, in addition to just the instant gratification ones. Because the instant gratification is just for cosmetics. They can leave that room saying, "Oh my God, my skin is glowing. I can feel the firm." But that does go away after about 6 or 7 hours. But you got to have all the chassis got to be built with much more long-term beneficial ingredients that actually really treat and help the skin and correct and all that. And that's what this product really does. And it's just loaded, guys and ladies. It just got so many things
Well,
that are in it.
yeah. I mean, everybody was asking. I had people still asking for like really more of a night cream. This is be our excellent night cream. I
Mhm.
mean, I almost think this is going to blow saffron out of the water is my thing, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's just an opportunity. I mean, obviously, yes, it's going to give you some instant gratification, but you need to continue using it so you can get the longer term benefits so that it isn't always instant. But yeah, using it
right.
daily, I mean, I use it twice a day, and it's not something that I would ever in the past have used something that was a cream like this twice a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, yeah, and also, guys and ladies. I don't know how many men are on here. I'm sure it's mostly women, but guys too. We know we're here representing. But also, like you were saying earlier, it's very very dense. This is probably one of the heavier creams we have, in a good way. So if you
Hmm.
happen to be a very dry skin person, it's gonna just soak it right up. It's really really lovely. It gives that nice talky, silky dry down to it. And the other thing too that I also love about it, when I go out and do like if I go out and I'm doing a seminar or I'm doing just something on TV, whatever, I do put foundation on. And also, it's an amazing precursor to foundation as well too. So
Oh,
you're
it's
very,
great with
very
under makeup.
yeah, yeah. So it actually, when you put it on at the very, very last step, as you should, before you put anything else on, you start getting into your makeup regimen. Your makeup sponge, it just rolls right on the skin, nice and smooth. Makes them. It doesn't like. It helps not to like. Your sponge is not going to jump. Your makeup's not going to jump. I'm even putting it on my eyelids. I'm putting it under my. I mean, I love Brilliant Lip and Eye personally. I use that myself as well too, and the eye mousse. But I do use the décolleté one during the day. I put it under my eye area as well. It's just because very, very dense. It really helps with that
Mhm.
just getting the skin all kind of taut before you actually start your makeup regimen.
Yep.
Any more ingredients you want to go over, Chris? That's pretty much that's the bullets of them. I don't want to overwhelm
Did
them.
we hit, hold on, I got my notes here.
We
Did
got,
we
I'll talk
do
about, we
the,
have pumpkin seed oil. So you guys probably know pumpkin seed oil is an amazing enzymatic property. So this is for an enzyme, right? This is going to help with sloshing the skin, taking away dead cells, dead skin in general. So this also is great to actually giving the skin a new surface to work with. So I love always having a nice enzyme in there as well too to get that enzymatic activity going
what
on as
about
well.
where was I trying to pull up here? I now probably won't say it right. The xylitol complex, triple
Oh
complex.
yeah, that's what we just did. That's the Quaxel, right?
Oh,
That's
that's
the
the
triple.
Quaxel.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I have it written down by the ingredients. And see, that's
I
the
know.
thing that's the tricky part with glossies, people, is that you see the glossy from the manufacturer, and that breaks down to the inkies, and then you have to try to figure out which is which, because a lot of brands will use that Aquaxel out there,
Yeah.
and we actually break it down in the ingredient deck so that you guys could, if somebody's actually, that's several ingredients, I make that up, so you can see what that is. What was the other? We did the
Oh, yeah,
trifluoroacetal.
the tripeptide 2 here. That's the other thing too, guys. So we have this tripeptide 2. And I'm sure peptides are very, very hot as well too now. And you'll see right here in the mechanism in action, you'll see delays cell senescence and brings cell activity back to younger level skin, preserving the cell nuclear architectural structure, which is pretty much the protein levels of the skin, increasing DNA integrity of the cell longevity. So this guy is just like loaded and loaded and loaded. And again, this product again is face, neck, décolleté. So look what we're targeting here, guys. So we're targeting right under the chin area. Again, very, very unusual to have all these individual ingredients that are targeting this whole entire structure of the body. That's why, like Kris is saying, I mean, it's going to probably replace some other things that we have, saffron specifically, but this is just doing so many extra things, and it's just brand new technology, brand new ingredients, cutting edge, raw materials that are just brand new to the market in general. So overall, longevity of skincare, peri and post menopause, that's the other thing as well too. When you have your ladies that are in pre and post menopause, it also helps with the structure itself of the anti-aging and wrinkling, and also the balance of the not the enzymes, the hormones. Sorry, the hormones, what I was trying to say. So this really, I think your key word here is face remodeling, because it's really targeting, this ingredient is really targeting under the chin and under the neck itself, which is nice and different.
Yeah, that's why I said when Vince goes like, you need a neck and décolleté cream because we're always trying to come up with new things, so we're not taking away. So we are not getting rid of saffron or lipid or any of that yet. But if this does blow it out of the water, they may go away. But we're not looking at discontinuing anything any day soon. So anybody I see you guys in the chat. I love saffron. I love lipid. This is an additional thing. This is like he said. This is the Rolls Royce in my line as far as creams
Yeah,
and things. So.
and you want to keep using saffron for sure. Again, we're not replacing it by any means that right now unless something changes. But saffron really, I see the last question here from Jerry. It's just a little bit it's lighter, right? So it's lighter. It's got more flowability, more playtime. This is definitely denser. Again, but I don't want the word dense to scare you, because dense a lot of times just means tremendous moisturization, tremendous playtime, spreadability. So I wanted to make this much denser, because when you're massaging the face, neck, and body, you need all that play time. So we really want to get this in. So you can probably massage this for, I would say, almost 5 minutes. I mean, that's how nice it moves. It doesn't drag, and you need that density so it doesn't absorb into the skin. Like saffron is going to absorb too fast to make that kind of play time on the skin. That's why I just want just a little bit denser. But I still use saffron myself when I want something a little bit light. Like when I'm going to bed, I'll just do something lighter like the saffron just to kind of go to sleep with.
Yeah, so we wanted something that had, that was new, updated. You think a lot of our formulas, they're a little older. You never know, we may be refreshing some things in the future. But we wanted to have something that had all the newest things that everybody's looking for. And he talked about menopausal and hormonal and all these things, and people wanting something that, really is anti-aging, but really is okay for sensitive skin and is not going to cause any issues. Some of those anti-aging things, as we know, can cause issues on people that are more mature.
Right.
So this is just an incredible option for them.
Yeah, and the other fun part to keep in mind too is the green, clean, sustainable. You're free of everything, right? All the frees that we know, the people, all your clients always ask for. Vegan, of course, as well too. Fragrance free. So it goes on and on and on. So all the just the basic bells and whistles that customers are looking for right now. It's all that and all of the above.
So Vince, because you're going to kill me for this, because I don't know which
Ever.
one if you gave me a glossy, but the tuber extract, which one was that?
That one is I think that's one good one. You could actually call one. I didn't open that one. Here, it's right here. Here we go.
See, I
Here
caught
we
you. I
go.
see it.
Oh,
No, you didn't.
no, I
That's the
did do it. I did
intentional.
do it. That's the intentional. I did do it. So nice
So if
try,
you guys,
Kris.
he's talking about a lot of these things on here. And so after this webinar, you guys can email me and I'll give you say, hey, what was that one that he played that cool video? I'll come back and go, that relates directly to the tuber extract. Because I
Yeah.
try not to put all these brand name type glossy names on our stuff because you guys will never find that name in the ingredient deck. But see, as it says, I think, does it show the inky on there, Vince?
Yeah, it does. It'll be
Yeah, so
right.
right there at the top of that, it's at the
Yeah.
top right there.
Yep, there it is.
So
Yeah.
that's what we look for. So that's actually what that ingredient is. So he's telling you this really cool thing. It's called Intensil. So when you're looking at your ingredient deck, that's the tuber extract. So I
Right.
usually don't go with those brand names, but I wanted him to show you the glossies on these because it makes these ingredients so much cooler for you guys to see the glossies on this stuff. And we probably will be bringing some more of these things in the future Vince and I to you guys as well.
Yeah, and like Chris is saying, it's really we work completely differently. So on the chemist side, we're working with the trade names. That's how we get them from suppliers and stuff. And Chris works, of course, on the inky side, and so do you guys work on the inky side as well too. But you can these are all public things. So once you can actually use this stuff as a tool as well too for your customer. If you have a customer that wants to go really in depth with you, and you feel that tool that video is going to help you, for sure use it. Again, as long as we use it in the formulation at an efficacious level, the suppliers let us use their tool to help sell the product. So it's no problem using this stuff as a tool in your aesthetic room for sure.
Yeah. So we have glossies on everything we have. I've had them. I just really haven't got into them because I can talk your benefits and things like that, but Vince can talk more of the chemistry and those type of things. So that's why we kind of wanted to start showing you glossies now that Vince and I are working together.
And I saw Jerry just jumped in too about the windy climates. Yeah, and I was gonna say yes to that as well too, Jerry, because it's really, really good if your skin gets like chapped. I do it on my lips too, like even chapped lips. You really it's so loaded. If you get that cracky, chappy skin, and right now in New England, I mean I know what's happening in the New England and Pennsylvania right now. It's like it's rough. I mean, so that's great, great, great for again back to Chicago, where Chris is from, the windy cities. I mean, it's all great for that nice dense. It's almost like it'd be a barrier on your skin as well too. But I want to say when I say the word barrier, like I like to use the term in invisible veil or breathable veil because it actually once you get it on, it's breathable, but you still have this layer protecting on your skin. So and I like to use the word veil because you can it's breathable. It's not like not a barrier current. So I shouldn't. That's all right. I don't want to use the word barrier because barrier sounds like it's inclusive, but it's really more like a breathable veil on your skin, even though it's a dense product.
I like that breathable veil. I should come up with that.
Oh, there you go. You can have it. It's all yours. But that's all the high level ingredients that are in there, which is loaded, as you
Yeah,
guys can
yeah.
see.
I mean, there's lots of cool stuff in there when you guys see the decks and everything. Barry and Jenny, we gotta go back to you for some Q&A.
You guys, this Q&A is blowing up. The chat's blowing up. Like, I just love the community that you have created, Kris. All right, here we go. Q&A. Pregnancy safe.
Yes, pre and post pregnancy and pre and post menopause as well.
Back bar size.
Hopefully someday we are working on that. Let's see how this goes. You know, I'll tell everybody right now, my hardest part with back bar and things is we would love to be everybody's only line, but we're usually somebody's second, third, and fourth line. So when you guys use one of those bigger brands as your main brand, you're not going through stuff. And I know there's some of you that do use us a lot. So I'm just trying to figure out what point do we start? You know, we've got the washes, the Hush Hydrate, the mask, and things like that. I just need to figure out the moisturizers, and maybe this would be we've already got a Hush Hydrate in a back bar, so maybe we would do this one in a back bar next.
Yeah, Chris is giving you guys an amazing, amazing deal because she's just who she is. But it's by far the most expensive product to make in a Hale and Hush line. It's very, very expensive to make. The ingredients are very expensive.
And
So that bar,
the retail price point on this is 58.
yeah,
Wow.
and honestly, if you guys, because you guys, everyone on this chat knows what's out there in the world, but this is very, very easily could be in Cream de la Mer or La Prairie or Ganot or Yanka or I mean or Sotiz or by Draga or or I mean, it's like it's really, really a very, very, very expensive product to make, and Chris is really hooking you guys up. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's,
So yeah, for retail, it's a couple more dollars than the other. I did not. Yes, I could have come in a lot more. Vince was yelling me for that. However, I don't want to be going pricing out of what the Hale and Hush
I
line
think you
is. We
asked
need
me.
to be
I think you
reasonable.
asked me originally when she asked me originally. I think I said like, well, it's nowhere below 120. She's like 120. We can't do that. So like, so you guys are gonna be at 58, which is very, very, very good.
100%. Hey, Barry, you want to, there's a ton of questions, so
There's
Okay,
hit them.
well,
22 so far. Do you see good results on older gentlemen's scalps that are bald shaved? I may have clients from that demographic.
Actually, I haven't tried that yet, but there's no reason why it shouldn't work. Again, it's just there's a lot of damage on the scalp because of with the men that have no hair, you're getting all the sun damage. So there's no reason why it can't be tried and used on that for sure. I personally haven't tried it on anybody yet, but we could, yeah, there's no reason. Absolutely, there should be no problem with that at all.
And is it oncology safe?
The what?
yes, yes,
Oncology,
oncology
it
Oh,
safe.
isn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
If using on the face, neck, décolleté, what is the size of this product and does it? Okay, we already answered that question. Sorry, Danielle. Thank you, baby girl. Um,
Well, it's
Kelly,
1.7 ounce, but a little bit it does, as he said, it It
Right,
goes
fine.
up and
Yeah.
down. It's not just stuck here. You can glide with it. So it a little bit has a lot of coverage.
And then Kelly Andrade, I think I'm saying your last name
Yep.
correctly. I'm so sorry. Um, she now wants a outline of how to use the masks as a shaving cream. So there you go, Kris. Get your
Okay.
education team
Okay,
on
Vince, we're
that.
gonna have to, I will talk to
Protocol.
Melissa when she's here this week and we'll write up that protocol.
That's it.
How does it do putting sunscreen over it? Obviously, that's
Yep. No problem
Yep.
as well. 'Cause again, that like we said, that spreadability and playtime. So foundation, your sunscreen, no issue going on top of it. No
Yeah, and
pilling.
obviously our sunscreen, you're gonna press matte in because ours doesn't drag anyway. So you're, as you know, our SPF, you heat up with your fingertips and press it in, so it's fine.
and you mentioned it being comedogenic. Well, it's actually non-comedogenic.
Non-comedogenic, yes.
Do you have any studies on its use with acne-prone clients?
We haven't sent it out for studies. I have had clients when we were testing it, not had a problem with it. I don't think it's for your really heavy acne, but dry acne, definitely.
Mhm.
Kind of like people use saffron cream on dry acne, and you wouldn't think to use that on dry acne or on acne at all either.
Yeah. I think like real true acneic patients are gonna think it's a little bit too heavy for them, I think. But again, but you certainly can use it on dry acne, like Kris said. But I think if it's still pustule and wet, you're gonna need more like the Mandelic cleanser for sure, the Mandelic product for that.
And Jen, I've scrolled down to the Sarah Maddox question. Do you want to take over for a little bit?
So I love this because we actually talked about two different clients that you can really target this with. One was the GLP-1 client that's seeing the laxity. And then Sarah asked if you could use it as a preventative measure in a younger client, and it wouldn't be too heavy or anything like that for them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
for sure.
think
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, it's nice. It's again, I always want to make sure that word dense is not scary. I just mean that it's a dense cream, but actually when you put it onto the skin, it just melts. It's like it melts right in.
I like to consider myself preventative, although I think I'm beyond that
Yeah,
stage of
girl,
life.
you passed that. That's so far behind you that it's not even funny. Come on
I'm
now.
like, no, I think we're past preventative, but I've been using it and I've seen no issues. And I'm combination skin. I've seen no issues. I haven't seen breakouts. I haven't seen milia, which I get a lot from a lot of products that feel heavier. And this has not done any of that. So yes to
So
all
the
of that.
moral of that story is it's great for older millennials.
Yeah.
Good one. Let's see. Does it work well with vitamin C and retinol serums?
Yeah.
Yeah, no reason not to, for sure. Yep.
Everyone just wants a bigger size, Kris, because Danielle asked, my concern is if clients are using hairline to collarbone, it may need to be larger than
Well,
1.7.
I may need to do that. You know, it's like sometimes you gotta try with a little smaller and go for it, but maybe we'll have to come out with a larger size of this.
I'm here to tell you from neck to neck, it's 4 pumps.
And you know what? With the them getting hooked on it in this size and wanting to use it everywhere,
Yeah.
if I have to make a larger size, obviously that's going to be more money. They're already hooked. They're gonna pay for that more.
Yeah,
You
Kind of
know?
like
absolutely.
I'm gonna be totally transparent, but like I'm neck to nuts. I use it like all I use it all over. I'm not even kidding. It's like forget neck to neck. I'm neck to nuts. I
Yeah,
love it.
well, funny story with Vince. I went out there to help him with a charity event last year, and I walk out by his like hot tub by the pool, and that man has like all these products on a tray. I'm like, what are you doing? Taking baths out? He's got his face wash and everything else. His bathroom is covered in skin. I've never seen a man. Well, maybe Barry has that bathroom too, covered in
Yes.
skincare.
I'm
There's
very
just
very
stuff
yeah.
everywhere. I'm just like, I've never seen a man have so much stuff in my life.
I think I was Cleopatra in my past. Like, I'm very public about this. I don't mind telling you guys. I feel like I'm Cleopatra in my past. Like 'cause Kris was shocked. I literally have not been like in a shower for like 5 years. I have a big gigantic pool. I'm very lucky with this beautiful pool I have in jacuzzi. I actually take a bath, like Cleopatra bath every single night in my jacuzzi. I have all product out there. I like the stars. I like to be in the environments. I just do it and I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. But I swim 5 or 6 times a day, so I'm so wet all the time. I'm so clean, but I do bathe in my jacuzzi every single night with hundreds of products. I'm very
The poor
Cleopatra-ish.
pool guy that has to clean those filters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told him, I said, if you ever work, he used to work in Las Vegas. I said, if you worked at the Mirage or in Las Vegas, you can clean my pool. It's not that bad. Mhm.
Um, let's see. Is this cream eczema safe?
Yep,
Yep.
eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, all those conditions, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, and also acneic is great. Like I said, not necessarily pustule acne, but definitely, dry acne would be no problem.
And
And
Kris,
by
do
the way,
you
and also
then
a
feel
lot, and
any?
also a lot of the men also, we talked about the baldness earlier. Have a lot of times the men have rosacea, eczema, psoriasis on the scalp as well too. So I would go ahead and try it for that as well too.
Have you
eh,
into any
go ahead,
protocols,
Jen.
Kris?
It's gonna be, I'm working on that this week. Melissa and I are gonna be working on those things. We wanted to get this launched as soon as possible, but really, this is gonna fall into any of our, protocols for the ones that require it. I mean, we don't really have, this is for brightening, this is for this is for this. We do have an acne, but I mean, it's kind of like you can interchange our masks out. You can use the Berry Boost or the Hush Hydrate on a lot of clients. You can use the use the charcoal and the enzyme. So a lot of stuff, it's really knowing the product and how it's going to work for that client.
And then as far as use, Chris, are you looking at this? I have two questions. Is it AM, PM, and then every day? So the question those are the two questions I'm combining.
I think you can use it both times a day, and you can use it if you want something lighter during the day. Obviously, you could use it as a night cream at night. I'm using it twice a day, and I never thought I'd use something like I said. I used to use just Hush Hydrate gel and stuff like that during the day, especially out, here in the summertime and stuff. But I wore this in the summertime last year, when we were testing it because we've been testing it for a while. So yeah, it can be, I think, daily. There's nothing wrong with using it as a daily.
Yeah.
Let's see, Jen, you want to pick out some?
I'm there. Have we covered saffron and this and Vital Lipid and where to position? So Kelly asked, she has several saffron creams on her shelf. She would like some ideas on how to move that product. Most of my clients use Vital Lipid and Hush Hydrate, but she wants to bring this on as well. So how would you position this next to saffron?
I think definitely just lighter, Chris, right? Anybody maybe oily combination or just oily. I would use a saffron foil, and then after that point, go into the new one. So there should be no reason blowing through the saffron. It's not going anywhere. We just think it's kind of a
Yeah,
similar chassis. Yeah, but but definitely like for me again, I happen to be very oily, so I use the new melon one only at nighttime for myself personally. Again, it's still not that heavy for the day, but I do use it at night because I just have more time to do my whole entire body at nighttime, and I use saffron or the vitamin C or the in the morning. It's just a little bit lighter for me.
I
Well,
will
I
let you
think
guys
with
know.
this,
Go ahead.
oh, I
I'm
was just
sorry,
gonna say
Chris.
with that saffron, if you're having problems moving that, call me. Let's talk. Let's get you some samples of this new one and let me see what I can do. Maybe you'll like this one better and I'll get you some samples your clients like it better. I may take that back from you and get you this new one on your shelf.
Yeah,
So
and I think, and also I just think that Lily just chimed in too, McCabe here. I agree with her. Maybe like the younger clientele is gonna like the saffron a little bit more because they can also they don't need that kind of activity right now anyway, especially like in the early 20s, that kind of thing. So I just think they're used to a little more simple regimen. This is so loaded. It's like, this is like I think from age like 25, 30, like on up probably.
There
Can
you
you
go, Jen.
the Relief Bio Powder?
you can put Relief Bio Powder in that. Yep.
Yeah.
See, too heavy. A lot of repetitive questions, just on consistency and
Yeah, and we
compared
did get the
to
There's some.
packets in, everybody. We do have the packets. Orders today started dropping in with a free sample packet in all orders except for drop ships. So you guys will be getting them if you're placing orders or, give us a call to ask. So I wanted to wait. I've been waiting to launch this and I had to wait till the packets came in because I wanted to make sure we had the matching samples for you.
And there's been a lot of questions about heaviness and weight, density, AM, PM. I tend to be a little bit drier. I was oilier when I was younger, but now I've gotten a little drier. And I do two serums. Wh- I do two HA serums. Then I put this on, and then I put a face oil on top of that to seal everything in. And you can see I don't have any sheen. My skin doesn't feel heavy or greasy. My skin just drinks this stuff in. So if it's the thing that I love about it is how quickly it absorbs with all of those amazing ingredients to get my skin to use all of them. So have no fear about its weight or its density at all, as far as we've all had that heavy cream and it's like those really dense ones that you put it on and you're like, oh my God, wipe this off my face because they don't sink in. This
But
just pulls in
saffron,
its beautifully.
yeah, saffron we say is our heaviest moisturizer. It's
And
kind of saffron is
even,
very similar to that because they saffron melts into your skin too. So
yeah.
I don't think saffron feels heavy. It feels heavy when you pump it out, just like this cream looks heavy when you pump it out. But like we've all saying, it melts into your skin. It's the same type of thing. And it has the shea butter in it also. But this one has such other cool benefits that can do multi-purpose things. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking
Yeah,
maybe this one's
and
going
I'd
to
actually
overtake the saffron.
do in reverse. I actually would put the oil on second to last because if you put the melon on very, very, very last, it's gonna keep that oil even trapped in more into the skin rather than the oil on top. So so that'd be even better to get you could really get a nice like you'll lock it in with that.
Brilliant.
Love
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
you look great for 107. I mean you're doing great.
Thank you so much, right? I have been working at it,
Yeah.
Talk about Cleopatra over here.
I know for real.
right?
Um,
Is it gentle enough? Is it someone's compromised skin barrier? Yes, no.
Yeah, I would probably like we start everybody with the trifecta, the quiet wash, the hush hydrate, and the bio powder. Make sure barriers out. I don't even tell people to use Vital Lipid or Saffron to start. You need to start with those three products first and then work your way up in the moisturizers as you need more moisture.
Okay. Oh, will this be part of her glow up? Danielle is saying that this is going to be part of her glow up age down kit. Very nice, Danielle. Thank you. Although that wasn't a question, Danielle, that belonged in the chat. Anyway, love you, girl. Um,
I think the
this will be.
last product specific one is speaking, because then we have other kind of very, very cool questions that I think would be very cool for Vince to answer. But Amanda asked, speaking of weights, is there a list of molecular weights for the serum so we know how to properly layer? Amanda, are you talking about this product or are you talking about, you said the serums?
I mean,
Um,
probably the hyaluronic acid she's talking about. Probably the molecular weights of the hyaluronic acid, maybe.
yeah, and more specifically, the weight of the HA and Soothe. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't think we're
that's a
talking about this
hyaluronic.
product specifically, right,
The
Amanda?
weight it's a high in the Sooth.
Yeah.
It's
And
a high
then,
low, it's a high low in the Mandelic.
Mhm.
Chris, there's a lot of conversation in the chat about incorporating this into a kit. And then someone even said, do you see a post-treatment kit in the Hale and Hush lineup soon?
Um, yes, I do down the line, probably not till later in the year. Wink, wink. Vince and I are working on some things, but until those other
Uh-oh.
things might be totally done, then that kit could get put together. That's a
Okay,
possibility.
when are we scheduling the next product launch webinar, Chris? Let's get
I
on the
know.
phone about that. Jen, I think there's some really cool things here. Do you want to like that first one for Vince? I love it. Do you want to?
Yes. I love that question. I was thinking the same thing. So Tina asked, Vince, well, Vince, you should answer this. How do you learn what ingredients can be the best in a formulation to perform what they need to do?
Honestly, that's really more about experience, and we still learn as chemists, every single like week. This education never ever stops. And the way I like to do it is I am a trend forecast writer for the beauty industry, so I write like trends for the industry in general. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is that the raw material suppliers will come to me first and be like, "Hey, this is what we have coming out 2 years from now. This is what it's going to do. Will you please, try it, put it into a product?" So we actually will build like first Crystal telling what she wants, then we build backwards from there. So in this product, again, we know we want to treat face, neck, and décolleté. So then I had to research the ingredients and see what's doing what's new and great, what's new technology. And then we built the chassis, which is the actual base of the formulation, then put the actives on top of that. So you really kind of have to go backwards for what you want the product to do, and then actually then research the ingredients through our databases to actually find the new stuff. But again, because I trend forecast, they come to me by default anyway. I have suppliers in here like every single week for 52 weeks out of the year, calling on me to try and get their ingredients into my products. But again, but if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But that's how I get to find out what the hottest, newest, and greatest is coming out. And normally we get it 2 years in advance. So what Kris is doing right now, we actually, this is about 18 months in advance of what the world's going to be doing because we have kind of a head start because they do come to me as a trend forecast writer.
Very cool.
Amazing. Now, here's another question I thought was really cool. Thank you, Amanda. Um, what is a glossy and how do you spell it?
Oh, the glossy is literally just what I just showed you guys on the screen. We call it a glossy. It just breaks down the ingredient, what's in it, what it does, what it how what the usage level is, and also the database and also the before and after pictures. So we just call it a glossy or a glossy or a sales slick. It's really the same thing. So glossy is just GLOSSIE or just like a regular like a glossy for like a tearaway or a throw paper. Yeah.
And then Mary asked, what is the pH?
Of the whole final product.
I'm assuming, yeah.
I don't know. Chris, I can see Chris is looking. I actually don't remember that, but she'll check for you right now.
I almost said 5.5, but it's 5.42.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to grab my sheet.
Can it be used as a mask like Hush Hydrate?
I
It's
haven't tried
not
that. I
really
don't
a
know.
dual purpose. I don't know if it's really a dual purpose. I'd hate to like layer that on and then, I
I
don't know.
only, yeah, I mean, we're saying potentially no, but the one big advantage would be that it is the longer that one's on the skin, the better. Because again, that's why we want to have that playtime and that massagability part of it because it does have instant gratification to it. So I mean, we haven't tried it as a mask, but I would say be the first one to try it and then let us all know because that's just another one-off that it could be. But from a high level, what's in it, it would be good for a mask. I mean, yeah, I mean just because of what's in it, yeah.
And how the heck are ingredients like Arctic berries even discovered?
Somebody walking around and running into a tree, I guess. I was like, no, it's like, yeah, it's really. I mean, we do have teams that go around and do all this stuff for us, but this has been, something that's been around for hundreds of years, but just has been harvested only even a couple years ago. So it's really, really hard to harvest. You have to send a team there only again between June and September to get these things, and then of course it has to be quantified and qualified to make sure it actually really works, right? So these berries came to me. They've been in nature obviously forever, right? But they came to me about 3, 4 years ago with this supplier that was started harvesting these things, and they did all the clinical data on it, found that they were quadruple the antioxidant levels in regular berries that were growing that was not in the ice. And the encapsulation is kind of what the new part of it is, but you do have to harvest it with a team. 3 to 4 months out of the year, which is kind of tough. But there are company teams that go out there and actually do this on our behalf. Yeah.
Now, Jen, have you been seeing in the chat? There's a single like theme in the chat right now. And Kris, I think you might have people come for you pretty soon. There is a lot of fervor for a tinted SPF. I said it,
Okay.
you guys. I said
Okay.
it.
Nope. You guys said I was going to address it. So I'm just going to tell you guys that is a product. The product one that I have is a product that I private label. That is not my formulation. The other ones are my formulations because we're not selling as much SPF as some of those larger lines, like Circadia, Lyra, all those guys, or an SPF line per se. So the reason mine is very matte is because I have been having trouble finding stuff that doesn't have the stuff in it that I don't want in it, like Vince knows. No, parfum, no PEG ingredients, no dimethicones, no silicones. And because I private label it because the FDA is so expensive with their testing. I mean, I've been looking for sunscreens. Vince knows that too. And we've looked at one. We're not quite sure on that, but it is not tinted. It may be another option for us down the line, but my hardest part is when I am looking at other brands that do private label that will private label for me to put my label on it. They have something in there I don't want. And I don't want the dimethicone silicones. I don't want the parfum. I don't want PEG ingredients. A lot of those aren't clean and they're not great for my clients. So the one I have right now is pretty clean and works well for them right now. But somewhere down the line, if I can find something, Vince and I will keep on the lookout for that because I know you guys are looking for that too.
And
Yeah,
then Jen, no, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna just piggyback on what Chris is saying. You also guys remember that the SPF, of course, is a drug, right? So that R&D time, it's very long, it's very expensive, it's methodical. You got to do
Especially for a smaller company.
all the clinical testing. So it's like Chris said, we're already kind of deep into that, and we're very close to something, but it's not tinted as of yet. But that may be that could be the case in the future. But because anytime you change even 0.01% of a drug, you got to do everything all over. So, for example, just adding a tint to it is a whole nother SKU, all new testing, all new clinical. So just you can't really change a drug without doing all the required FDA required testing all over again. So it's a long methodical process.
Very expensive.
Well, you guys, we are over time. And so there are a couple of like pretty I think redundant questions in the Q&A left.
I want to
There's
be
just
able to give everybody a special too before we go.
we're not we
Only,
can yeah.
real fast, only because one sticking out to me from Caitlin Rusin here. She said about the looking for an exilic serum. And I say that we don't. There's not one coming out that's that, but we have one that's coming out that's loaded with that in it. So you're gonna try and just get that. I don't know if what I can say or not say, Chris. I'm gonna throw it to you,
Well,
but
now you already just threw it out there, big mouth. So I
all
don't
right,
know what
well,
I'm gonna do with you.
all right. Well, you answer Caitlin then.
No, there'll be something coming. We're working. Can't launch them all at once because it takes me a little bit longer to test everything. But
Yeah.
there's things coming down the line now. We've got stuff approved. I just gotta slowly roll it out, or we'd be keeping you guys going too crazy. But we've got some really new
Yeah.
cool stuff coming out.
I got your back, Caitlin. Don't tell anybody. Just private between me and you.
And there's one last question I think you guys are going to want to address here. Um, do you see this as its own massage medium, or do you recommend or say it's okay to mix it with Remedy Rehab Oil to do a facial massage?
The other thing that I've done, I've actually I put a nice slug of the melon in my hand and two or three drops of the remedy oil in that, and that's not. But honestly, I've been using it on my body. For me, because I am acne, that's a little bit too heavy for my face, but for my neck and below, I've been doing exactly that. I've been putting the melon in my hand with a nice, probably a quarter size, and two or three drops of the remedy oil, and I do my whole body with it. So that's what I'm personally doing, and I love
Okay.
it. Again, if you're very
Okay.
dry, if you're dry skin, I think it'd be amazing for dry skin to put a couple drops of remedy oil in that for
Yep.
sure. And you even get a lot more playtime. You'll really be moving around with that, which would be great.
Amazing. All right, Chris, what's your offer? Let's get it
Hey
out
Vince,
there.
can you throw that PowerPoint back up really quick
Yep.
so
Yeah, yeah.
everybody can see it?
Sure. Let me just get that. This. You want the first page or what page you want?
The next to the last page with the offer on
Oh,
it with
oh,
the
sure.
special.
Share. You guys can all see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me go to the last page here.
Up
Right there.
next up, yep,
Yep.
right there. So we are doing for everybody who signed up for this webinar, they are getting 15% off this cream as soon as it's loaded on the website late tonight. 15% off through the end of January. So you just have to mention
Whoa.
everybody who orders from us, because it is going to be on, it's going to go on, start out at 10% for anybody else, but you guys are getting it at 15% off. We do have the matching samples in. If you're ordering from Hale and Hush, mention lip gloss in the notes area of the order, or if you call it in, mention that. Also, I spoke to Pam from Med Spa Distributors today. She is also wants to offer that to you guys. All my distributors know that the 10% is off across the board for the rest of the month for a new launch, but for Med Spa and us, or definitely check with your distributor if they'll honor that for lip gloss, but just an extra special thing for you guys with the 15% off.
Love that,
Oh,
Chris.
that's
And then
amazing.
Vince,
I
hit that
love
last
that.
screen. If you can
Yeah.
hit that last screen, Vince. If you guys have questions, there's Vince's email. I'm not giving his phone number, but here's his email. You can learn more about Vince online too if you look up Turnkey Beauty. You guys have my cell phone and email there too as well.
Yeah, and nobody in the chat, Chris will tell you, don't be shy. I'll answer everybody. I'm very good at that. So don't be shy if you want to reach out, have any questions at all for sure.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much. This
So
was
much
such a
fun.
fun webinar.
Mhm.
I got to learn so many wonderful things, especially the fact that Chris Campbell loves Chicago and
Well, up
nachos.
until last night, so the Bears lost, but she did last night. But
Duh Bears.
The Bears.
Duh
Hey,
Bears.
but I think they
Okay,
were, they did a little bit better than that Philly team, so I'm okay.
Barely, but yeah. What?
it's got to be cold playing baseball in this weather out there.
You
Yeah.
mean
Yeah,
football?
sure. Yeah. You got the wrong sport,
Uh-huh.
my friend.
Yeah, I got that
Again.
joke.
Yeah, we got it. We got you on that one.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
All
you
right,
guys are
you
the best.
guys. 350 people registered, almost 125 people, not almost, 125 people showed up. 375 people were engaged in the chat, and 275 people were engaged in the Q&A. This has probably been one of the most engaged webinars we've ever had. So we love this. Thank
That's
you
why you
guys so
started with the
much.
best at the beginning of the
What a way
year.
to kick off
Bada
the year.
bing, baby.
Seriously.
Vince, thank you for being the guest speaker today. I
Of
really
course.
love this. I would love to do more webinars with the two of you. Jenni, right?
Absolutely.
And Chris, a lot of people are asking, can they order it today? They can,
It will
right?
be available by midnight tonight. You guys will see
Oh,
it
okay.
up on the website.
Yeah.
You know people are
And
going to be there at like 12:05 ordering.
12:05. Yeah,
Yeah.
12:01. Order. Okay. So, Kris, again, thank you so much for giving us the
Thank you
opportunity to
guys.
showcase the formulation, the new product, and get a glimpse into what it takes to formulate a really high quality professional skincare product and why they're so much more superior to the regular drugstore, department store brands because of these kinds of thought processes that
Hmm.
go into it. We're so grateful. If you tuned in today and were part of the chat, part of the comments, part of the Q&A, we love you guys. We thank you so much for being part of the LNA community. If you registered and you couldn't make it because you're getting an email tomorrow morning with a link to the replay. Thank you so much. We have 7 days to watch it.
Yeah.
But
One very quick thing, because everyone's saying this, Chris, midnight Eastern or Arizona, what midnight what?
I'll get her to get it up by midnight Eastern.
Midnight Eastern. There you go,
done.
guys. Midnight Eastern.
Done. Oh, so that means the West Coasters get a break. Don't have to
That's
stay up
right.
as late. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
And finally, these webinars, 30 days after their air date, will be available at lipglossandaftershave.com. Go to the homepage, hover over education, click webinars. You'll be able to watch hundreds and hundreds of hours of ongoing skincare education. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful
Thank you
day. Bye bye.
guys.
You guys,
You
thank
guys.
you.
Yep.